Hey everyone, and welcome to the Ultimate Guide to Drawing Faces. In this lesson, you're going to learn how to shade the face.
Now, the thing about these that's exciting is all this can be memorized. Fortunately, although there's a lot of variance, every head basically has the same elements. That's good. There's also some very standard lighting setups for almost every head that you're going to do. And now that you understand the planes of the head, you can start to notice a lot of patterns. And when you notice patterns, that can be memorized. So that's how you may have asked, how do people draw from their head? Well, they understand that there's all these lightings, they know the planes, and it starts to make sense from there. And that's very, very exciting. And if you take this advice and study these types right here and keep doing them over and over, it's going to be amazing how easy it becomes. It's not actually magic, it's just understanding that these are the types of light you have available. So there is 6 basic setups, and the first one we're going to talk about is butterfly lighting. This is characterized by the light from above. The lighting is characterized by the butterfly-shaped shadow below the subject's nose, right here. Butterfly lighting is most flattering on slender subjects with high cheekbones. All right. So if you really want to accentuate the cheekbones, we'll put that in there. So this is what it's going to look like. And then you have, this is the butterfly shape there. Top lip, bottom lip, and the cast shadow from the whole skull. So this is helpful if you have a character and you don't necessarily want to show a lot of the structure of their nose here. You can use butterfly lighting. So this is one here. Loop lighting is, let me draw where the light is coming from. Right there. Loop lighting positions the light above and slightly off axis, either to the left or the right. So this one's a little more there. This is characterized by the loop of the light from the subject's eye to the nose. The shadow extending from the nose should not meet the shadow on the cheek. And we're going to see the next one, they actually meet. So I'll show you what that means. So there is that little loop from the side of the nose. Now the shadows from the eye do meet the cheek shadows though. You're also going to get a little cast shadow here from the lips. So everything is just a little sideways, right? You can see how the form is really rendering nicely. Okay, and there we have it, and this is the little loop they're talking about. But there's still negative space here. This isn't touching. Rembrandt, it touches. This is produced by positioning the light slightly above and more off axis than loop lighting, meaning more to the side, so more like that. It's characterized by the triangle of light under the subject's eye. The shadow from the nose should extend to the shadow on the cheek and connect. Rembrandt lighting is named after the style of light used on the subject's face by the painter Rembrandt, obviously. And I really like this lighting. I use it in a lot of my images, and I just like the shapes it creates. Usually individual artists are always going to have a style of light they like. I have a lot of friends that actually really like butterfly lighting, and the majority of their drawings they use that. So with Rembrandt, you usually have this little triangle shape from the cast shadow of the nose to the area of this plane of the face, the side plane of the face, that's still there. And then connects to the lips, so everything is connected, one big shape. Cast shadow here. And there we have it. Right, so it's one big, large shadow. Okay, split lighting. This is positioned almost directly to the left, so that there's no light coming on this side of the face. It's literally split in half. Now if you notice, the way I'm lighting these kind of looks like Mike Mignola drawings. If you remember the last section or the last chapter, I said he's a good person to study. Well, now hopefully you can see why. This is actually the way he draws. He draws in planes and with simple lighting. And that was split. Okay, so now we have broad and short. These ones are connected, and it's important actually to look at them in 3/4. So that's why I added these angles. Okay, so broad lighting is achieved by using lighting positioned off axis and moving the camera towards the lit side of the face. So the light is like that, and then the lighting on this version here is actually in the same exact place. The lighting is coming from that angle, but the camera is on the other side. So broad lighting is when you see the majority of the lit side of the face. Like that. Now with the same light, just the camera in a different position, short lighting is when you see the majority of the shadow side of the face. Like this. So does that make sense? Lighting from the side, basically Rembrandt lighting, but you can play with these type of lightings. Broad and short is more talking about which side of the face we're looking at. Is it more the lit side or is it more the shadow side? Now knowing this terminology again isn't completely necessary. Just knowing the different type of lighting is what's key here. And these, I would say these 4 are the dominant ones, and then being able to understand if you want more of the lit or more of the shadow showing is secondary from there. 2 things with this. The first, as I mentioned, all this can be memorized, and then you can start to draw a figure out of your imagination, right? You draw the construction, you know where everything is, and then you can say, okay, I'm gonna let this character Rembrandt or loop or butterfly. So that's very important, and these shapes should be memorized. Number 2 is the way I work and the way I suggest and encourage people to work is to shoot reference for their project. So if you're working on an illustration or a character design, find a friend or a model or pay a model to pose for you and take photography of them. Now, a lot of times students I work with, they just get a light and they, without thinking, put it somewhere, if they even think to use a light, and they shoot the photo. Some of the best reference photo shoots is where you actually spend a long time trying to get the lighting just right. I'm sure you've seen movies and movie sets, and the lighting is amazing. They have entire crews for lighting, right? Because that's so important. So if you're going to shoot reference for your pictures, and shoot actors and people doing what you need for your scene to draw from, photos to draw from, think about it. Do I want my lighting to be butterfly, straight above? Do I want it to be Rembrandt? Or do I want to have a little more air and have a loop? Think about all of this and try to make it nice. Get it at just the right angle. Spend that extra time, and it'll be so much easier and more exciting to draw from because your lighting will be good. Okay. Well, that concludes drawing the face.
If you like this video, please help us by liking, commenting, and subscribing. Tell us which videos are your favorites, or give us suggestions about what you'd like to see in the next video. And if you'd love to join a private community of dedicated artists, Come check us out at pencilkings.com, where we help artists from all over the world improve their artwork every single day.